Hello, everyone. Welcome to Duos and Dark Calls. My name is Strider656. I'm so excited to have you guys here tonight on this special game. I'm joined by Arukimania.
Hello, everyone. Glad to be here.
Yep, we're so excited to have you guys, and we're excited to finally. This is our first one we've actually done together, I think, for this tournament cycle. So Aruka's free. I'm free. So today we're watching Mettking is hunting for the team of Surprising Return versus Skybreaker and this is going to be bad. I don't know his team name.
Team Dark Horse.
That's right, the Dark Horse with him and Azaghal, right?
That's right.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So I did a little bit of reading up before the stream based upon the results table that just released. It's all very exciting times in the Duos and Dark Calls tournament. And so Team Surprising Return has a win-loss record of 7-9. They are currently in 6th place with -3 IDS. They are just ahead of Team Noose Ferret 2, which they have the exact same win-loss record of 7-9, except they have -56 IDS. So the IDS tiebreaker is really tie-breaking them. So if Team Surprising Return wants to maintain their position, they're going to be looking for a win here. They are just behind the semi-specialists, and the semi-specialist win-loss record is 9-8. Although they've played one additional game, they're one game ahead, 17 total as opposed to 16. So Team Surprising Return will also be looking to get a win to hopefully maybe try and catch the semi-specialists.
Ooh, very exciting.
Meanwhile, Skybreaker of Team Dark Horse, Team Dark Horse is unfortunately in 10th place. But they have a win-loss record of 3-13. They are -100 IDS. They are just behind Plotting to Punch. Plotting to Punch is 4-13, and if you'll notice, Plotting to Punch is also one game ahead. So, and they have Plotting to Punch has -63 IDS. So Team Dark Horse will really want to win to pull out of last place, and at least move closer to pulling out of last place with a win here. And hoping to do a little bit, improve their standings relevant to Plotting to Punch. So two potentially eager to win teams here. How are you feeling about the situation, Strider?
I'm feeling very comfortable right now, to be honest.
Of course you are, sitting at the top of the table in unassailable position.
Yeah, we've had a lucky streak. We're very excited. And both these opponents are tough opponents. Skybreaker, yes. I played 1,000,000 times before in the last tournament. We're going to jokingly call it the Skybreaker Strider tournament because we were paired at least 3 times, I think, over the course of the tournament.
Yeah.
Mettking is a very strong player. I played him 1 time and he crushed me. That was with the old rules. And he actually almost beat Pizza Wizard in the week we had. So I was actually very nervous about surprising. Ooh, Rufus Smith. Let's see if he searches or if he allies it. I might ally it early, but you might want to get rid of it so you make Surprising Return relevant. I think he's searching because it's taking a long time to do it.
Okay, not Sophia.
Okay, interesting check. I would have checked Valona, but I'm not here to judge.
Maybe hoping to flip over that initial card.
Yep. If anyone's in the chat, see there are 4 people there. It's probably me and you, so we're half of it. Let us know how the levels are. I should try to listen to. I'm going to mute myself if you want to talk a little bit. I'm just going to check to make sure the stream sounds good.
All right. I've been told to talk. I have no idea what to say, so this is the danger of leaving me in charge of things. Let's see. It looks like we've got a
sounds good. It sounds good.
Not superhero. I'm crazy. Good. I'm glad you're back. I was just misinforming everyone that this is a superhero start. It's not. This is the
Pizza Wizard start. Pizza Wizard start. Yeah, but having Seward and 8. To utilize the Pizza Wizard Star, I shouldn't tell you this, but if you're watching, you probably want to learn more about the game. It's really good because Seward can get anywhere in Spain with a 3-2 ticket. So he's looking for 1 3-2 ticket to have because you can get everywhere except for Granada and Cadiz. And the only way to check those is with a sense of emergency or a movement, which is why I usually check those first with a hired scouts to guarantee you'll get to the first encounter or the newspaper report if you can move with a 3 ticket, because you can get anywhere. Barcelona you can get with 1, 2, all 3, because if you look 1, 2, 3, connects everywhere except 26 and 12. So that's the reason for it. Plus it's one closer to Amina and Godalming, because the tendency to start is the east. Skybreaker starts anywhere and everywhere. I think he likes the east. He starts in Italy. He starts everywhere. I'm tempted to start in Spain. Saragossa has been a popular starting location for people going against the Pizza Wizard start, and then to move left around Spain, then go back there as a lair strategy. But we'll see. I might be talking a lot.
No, that's fine. I don't have much to say. I did remember earlier. I did
Hi,
want to
Josh.
comment that
Yep.
you're totally right, Strider, to say that even though we were talking about the standings earlier, everybody on this table is an accomplished player of Fury of Dracula at this point. The tournament's been going on for several weeks now. Everyone's got a good amount of experience under their belts. Everyone's played everybody else, and everyone's got a win under their belts. So just because the standings are what they are, that doesn't mean anybody in here is not a serious threat.
Cool. Thank you guys for the feedback. Ooh, early dark call. Let's see what card he gets. Okay, it doesn't show play immediately. So it could be a roadblock or a summon storms, or because it took a little while to see it.
Yeah.
Hello, Tim McCoon. Glad you're here.
Mettking fan club is here.
Yeah, representing Josh Davis is here. Yeah, I'm out of Lord of the Rings. I suck, dude. I've been brought over to the dark side. I've been bitten.
There's no going back.
Yeah, the closest to War of the Ring I'm going to get is Helm's Deep Dish.
There you go. So a name supplied by Mettking.
yeah, Mettking did supply the name. Let's see. Let's check the discard pile. I haven't been looking. All right, 4 Drac events, and just a dog and a wreath. Nothing to write home about. Nothing big. We know
Anybody have any guesses as to Dracula's starting location?
Yeah, let's see in the chat. If you guys want to guess, feel free to. It's early enough. You might find out tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow we might get a lucky newspaper report that will ruin the obfuscation that is a misdirected first location and a dark called third location.
Yep. Dark Call is great to have. I play Dark Call even without getting the bonus. Dark Call is just good to have to block newspaper report. However, it's one less encounter for the hunters to mop up, but it can be really good early on because there's only one location as opposed to searching everywhere. Timothy thinks Marseille. Interesting. Marseille. Josh Davis thinks 46, which is Salonika. Cephalopagus says Cadiz. 12. Yep. Okay, we're getting a lot of guesses. I'm not saying anything right now because I want you guys.
I'm saying Granada.
We got Arukimania saying Granada, and not Cagliari. It can't be because he misdirected. It could be Ireland, but Ireland is dangerous with Seward there. He could also be doing an Edinburgh start to be fun. But that's not as safe with Seward so close because he's very easy for him to go save the old man on Retirement Island.
That's another benefit of having Seward right there. It's not just the mainland UK; it's also Ireland, right? It's easier for him to just go straight to the North Atlantic, whereas more traditional setups will put the Scotsword setup in particular will put Seward in Madrid, and that's further away from Ireland.
Yeah, that's a good point too. Usually you wait for the first evil presence draw, and then you move him away. That's what we all do. That's what Snuff does. But the dangerous Snuff is that once you move away, then Dracula moves in, and he would eat some Espanol food or whatever. Comida. Comida de España.
Yep. There you go.
But yeah, Cadiz they're very good starts, especially if Seward supplies complete crap.
Yeah, Seward's not guaranteed to draw strong items in the first 4 cards that he draws. Okay,
interesting to see if he puts a rumor here. Is he going for a quick 7 points? Because then you get that dark call back earlier, and you don't suffer as much for not having as many encounters down because you trade the 7 points. That's
Josh Davis playing the smart game, East or Italy.
East of Italy.
And then later clarified or.
Oh, okay. East. Oh, I got it. Thank you for reading 101. Oh, hidden schemes. Okay, so here's what he got. So he's gonna make that first encounter even more difficult.
And there's the rumor on it too. Interesting setup.
Yeah, so you could put a hoax on there and a vampire, or you could put a double bats on top of it. You put a bats there, and then you put another bats over to the left of the Dark Hall, or you play a double Saboteur. I don't know if that would work.
Some juicy possibilities there.
But double Saboteur is not going to do anything because you can only get hired scouts. Let's see.
Let's find out.
He gets before, but he used Sophia. He checked Florence and Manchester. So there goes.
Interesting.
But he didn't check Edinburgh, to be fair, because he could be there right now still. Florence, he could probably still be in his starting location, guys, especially if you're doubling up with this rumor here. So I really think he's hiding, and I think Seward needs to get what's it called, wax cylinders as soon as possible to check that.
That would be nice.
Hulks and Vamp would be huge. Can you imagine that? That's like an insult to injury. It's like, haha, 7 points, and I'm going to get my own card, and I'm reshuffling the deck. It's
a Hulks and a rumored Vamp would be nasty. Ugh.
What a slap in the face that would be.
Yeah.
Oof.
Although Mettking is the resilient.
That's right, Mettking the resilient.
He earned in an earlier tournament when he had to deal with the fact that pretty much every game he played, he didn't draw newspaper reports in a timely fashion, and had to just watch as things matured and unstick himself from that situation.
Yep. Let's see what happens here. Any night supplies tonight? I'd be tempted. Let's see how many Drac events there are. Oh my God! Look at the discard pile. There are 8 Dracula events. Poor Mettking is drawn like garbage. Not his fault. But that's rough.
Nope.
Rough.
Yeah, that is really rough.
The good news is that at least the Dracula card is known. He doesn't have to worry about that anymore.
Yeah, it's not a looming threat.
Yeah, it would be an impossible deal with that grease stuff unless you have forewarned. But you have to have double forewarned to take care of this stuff. Or you could have a double aristocratic, then because you can't delay both of them. I mean, you could on 2 consecutive days, I guess. Yeah, draw better is a skill issue. I agree. It's like War of the Ring. That's the ultimate game of luck. But we're not here to talk about War of the Ring. We're here to talk about Beauty and Dracula. Waiting for Drac to slide the trail. I know it's a tough option. I don't know what there is to think about right now. Just slide it.
Dracula. He's always sliding that trail.
Yep.
Captain Gyro knows what I'm talking about.
With the electric slide, the Drac slide, the Dracula
slide. Just sliding that trail like a fiend.
Yeah, I agree, Temakun. Mettking has been very unlucky this tournament. Nothing you can really do about it. Sometimes the hunters draw complete trash, and it is what it is. It's horrible for the. It feels bad because you want to see close games, especially as a spectator. Again, we're the neutral perspective. I'd like to see. I'm rooting for a good game right now. I'm not rooting for a wipeout on either side. I'd like to see.
Yeah, that's what the spectators always want to see. It's so funny. Strider, whatever position you're in, you just want to have it maximized, right? When you're playing the game, you don't want a close game, you want a wipeout.
That's right. I'm too old for
You're watching the game.
Yep.
You don't want a wipeout. You want a close game.
That's right. We do. The trail has been slid. He's figured out how to click it. Nice job, Skybreaker. Maybe he was AFK. Maybe he was thinking a lot. Josh Davis says the War of the Ring is the ultimate game of luck. Clearly, you have not played Candyland. Yeah, that's also a game of luck. You're right. That game, this is a weird reality. I used to want to lick the board when I was like a preschooler with that game.
Oh, I totally believe that.
I was like, man,
the way that board was painted, yeah,
looks tasty. I was like, I want to eat this board.
Tasty.
It's so stupid.
I never had that impulse, but I can totally understand it.
Speaking of eating boards, Dracula's looking to eat some hunters tonight too. So we'll see how that goes.
We'll see.
Let's see. What's still 50-50? We'll see if he gets a newspaper. Sorry, I don't have the Twitch channel that Scott Sword has, or we'd be bettering our channel points. Ooh, he's discarding a stake. But I'm curious, does he have a newspaper? Oh, behind the veil. Oh, that's crap. Oh my God. That hand sucks. Double Aristocrat, I didn't see it all. Double Aristocratic, I saw a Hoax, I saw a Rat, I saw a Saboteur. Yep. It just looks like a trash hand. Trash.
Yeah, burning the Hoax makes sense there.
So I wonder if he has a Fog down early.
I wonder.
Because you can mature a Fog, but there's no reason. You mature a Fog for what? Because then everything else is matured if it's a vampire. You don't have to worry about these 3 encounters. That's why I think if you have a rumor down, the next encounter has to be complete trash or a hide. I would have been tempted as Skybreaker to feed, so you get everything back. You get all your power cards back. Yeah, you have no trail, but if you're gonna mature it, I think that's better. Yeah, big win. I agree. Big win for Skybreaker getting behind the veil. Then I've had a few lucky behind the veils this tournament, where I thank I thank the 100 players. I say thank you so much for helping me out. Let's see what they're saying in the chat. I can't click on it because they're too busy actually playing the game.
I know those rats are going to come back to haunt me. And then Skybreaker says, nibble, nibble.
At least they're having fun. You gotta have fun. Oh, evil presence.
That's the most important thing with this game. It's very easy to get wrapped up in the competition and take this all very seriously, but I think the biggest sign of winning is
having fun.
Even in a difficult game, when you're able to have some fun and go back and forth in the chat and enjoy yourself.
Yep. Can you imagine if go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna continue on the same vein. Yeah. Which was to say, like, we don't organize these tournaments. I don't organize these tournaments at all, but the people who put this stuff together, the reason people come in and play these tournaments is so that everyone has a chance to play the game, right? That's one of the biggest things that I think has helped keep this community alive, and it's a great community. So I love that we make this happen, and we got to keep that spirit in mind. Go ahead.
Gotta have fun. It would be really OP if you could mature 2 vampires at once and just win the game outright with a hidden scheme.
Oh yeah, that would definitely be OP, which is why you can't do it.
Well, I mean, there's an achievement where Dracula has to win in the first week of the game. That's like almost impossible to get.
It is almost impossible to get.
We've lost some viewers. I think Josh left because I'm sure Temakun's staying for the whole game. Thank you, Temakun. And we're both ones. It's okay. That's
all right, Strider.
I know.
We don't need those viewers anyway.
I know. I'm not making any money on this channel. It's all good. I used to have this vision that I was going to be this big board game maker of YouTube content. Then I realized that I suck at this because I don't like to talk as I get nervous during games.
Yeah. Oh, it's crazy how the numbers get in your head, man.
Yeah, they do.
I have like zero ambition, and even so, I look at numbers and I think,
Yep. Can't help it.
What do I make of this? Yeah, it's annoying. It bothers me, but that's a totally separate topic.
All right. Who thinks it's a newspaper report? Anyone? No one's commented on it. So I guess I'm going to make a prediction. I say he doesn't have newspapers. His luck is bad. What do you think, Farouk?
I'm gonna say he does have newspapers because this is not the tournament where Mettking became resilient. This is the new tournament where he gets great newspapers and bad luck at everything else.
It's a surprising return.
It's balancing. His luck is balancing out.
Timakun is leaving, so that's fine. Work is important. I want the Gatling gun of holy bullets. Yep. All right. We're gonna find out soon.
I like that image. The heavenly Gatling.
That's right. I would love to see if holy bullets would just take out Dracula in one combat. If you could use all 3 at once.
That would be wild.
You just have 3 hunters shooting off.
That would almost be as crazy as that group game that we had, Strider, where you got the power of the Holy Trinity, right? You got Holy Circle, Holy Bullets, and Heavenly Host.
No, it's double Heavenly Host, and he was convinced,
double Heavenly Host.
He was convinced that Godalming had it.
That was incredible.
Yeah. And the answer is, let's see, here we go. Is there a newspaper report waiting for players to fit? Oh, nope, I was right.
Oh, yep, you called it.
Oh, that sucks. All right,
you called it.
I wonder what Payne is gonna. Now we gotta guess what's gonna happen with that event. On the, I can't think on the space.
That's right.
Is it going?
Oh!
There it is. And
faked.
Who said Genoa? Any Genoa in the chat?
I don't think anyone said Genoa. Someone said Italy.
He said East
Josh
or Italy.
Davis?
I think
East or Italy. This is why I said Josh Davis had the right strategy, because he called out 2 completely separate, huge regions.
Oh, there goes Seward. Seward's in pain. He's limping to Genoa. We're gonna see what happens here. Is there gonna be a pain for Seward? Because if there's 3 encounters here, he could die. Let's say it's all.
He felt that sense of emergency.
There's a bat.
He ran forward and broke a leg.
So he can't do anything about it. So you got Seward and you have like Godalming and Mina now. They can make it. They both train down and have yellow twos. The problem is they've been probably supplying for like the yellow ones. You know what I mean? And now they don't have it.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, another stake is gone. How many stakes are in the discard now? 2. I never check this when I play as Drek, but I have nothing better to do.
Point. Good point. Snuffleupagus is making. Mettking got real close with the search in Florence.
Ooh, yes, he was. I think Temakun wins the guess though, because he did mention. Oh, she's supplying. Local rumors did. Okay, that's helpful actually. So he went Genoa. That's all we know. He could have gone Marseille, so that he has more obfuscation. But he didn't go to 30. He's not in Munich yet. And 57 is not connected. Believe it or not, it looks like it's connected, but it's not. That's called a train line.
Yep. Well, it's connected. It's just connected by train.
That's right.
It's a different sort of connection than you're used to.
Yeah, I think the chat is live. It should be. All right. Well,
I'm seeing the chat.
Yep.
I mean, it's delayed.
I wonder what pain.
It's YouTube, not Twitch.
I wonder. Well, we're gonna see which direction Seward gets pushed in. If it gets pushed into a track encounter or away, because he could be moving into Italy, especially with that Florence check. You think that maybe he want to move to Florence right away because he knows it's safe from a search, and it's also safe from the other thing.
Josh Davis, the first misdirect means he started somewhere else.
He has to start adjacent to Genoa. And then
he misdirected. The initial starting location, he does not place down an encounter, and then he moves and places down an encounter for the first time. And that's one of the biggest reasons why that first space tends to get misdirected, because misdirect, if it replaces an encounter, it will replace the event under it if it has an event. And since the first place that Dracula starts can't have an encounter, easily misdirected.
Garlic Wreath gone. Man, he was holding a winning hand for sure.
For sure.
But no horse. But I think a lot of the encounters are gone, so he's really harping on this Genoa encounter to mature. You want to hope they both have stakes and that they're trading. Interesting check. There is no way he could have been in Austria-Hungary, so maybe his tickets are okay. Maybe he has 2 yellow 2s to go.
Yeah.
Tough thing is these bats are giving helpful info to hunters no matter where JS gets bad. That's true. But Seward's in pain. And now, as Drac, are you tempted to move on to John Seward in the morning, because he can't leave and he can't heal, but you can't because now you can misdirect Milan, and he can move back in. He's 1 away, so he could theoretically misdirect Milan, and then move on to Seward, force him into a day and a night combat, because he's delayed. He can't heal, so there's a chance he's going to die here. I'd be tempted to move on. But I'm a wild man. But then you're risking a 3v1. But then you're also looking at that encounter in Genoa going off.
Yep. Florence, it's a tense situation.
Florence is 20. That's correct. Venice is 57. Yep. I think I have the thing on where it gives numbers for the cities. I think there's like a setting
it does.
Where you don't see
it does give numbers, but if you hover your cursor over it, you can reveal the name.
Yep, like so.
For those who maybe don't play this game as much as we do, and also us at times, I get so mixed up between numbers and place names. It's crazy.
Let's see if Mina goes to take care of this, or if he's just let it go. Because weirdly, he had to move. Oh my gosh, he's letting it go.
Witness the resilience of Mettking.
Yeah, he's resisting that mature. Okay. Well, this is going to be a bad night, I think, for the hunters.
Man, how bad is this going to be? We know it's going to be bad, but how bad?
How bad is bad? And he gets all these back. He gets Darkle, he gets his hide back. Seward is in pain. He's finally healing now. See, imagine if he had done combat. He could have clawed him to death.
Yep.
The thing is, you don't know his hand, but he wouldn't be able to heal.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's healed. Now the hunter.
Now he's healing.
Yep.
He's a doctor. He's got incredible healing powers, even though he's a psychiatrist.
Yep. He's something. Van Helsing's a quack. Oh no, it's okay,
Oh
Josh.
yeah.
I know people haven't played this game. This game I actually own. I bought it. I got it on Amazon for like $60. And then it came out of print. So I'm lucky to have. I own the fourth edition. Here we go. You gotta
All right,
make
here we
sure
go.
to make. You gotta mature. Let's see if it's a hoax first. It could be a hoax.
If it's a
Van
hoax
Com-
first, we know we're in trouble. Okay, bodyguards
Oh,
and an aristocratic.
He could have taken care of that.
Wow.
And so imagine if he had now he could move on to Seward, do a bodyguards on him. Nah, it wouldn't work. Imagine if this was a turn before, then you could kill Seward easily. If you play bodyguards to start. If you get someone down to 2 now, you could be Hunter Drac at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Some Dracs would wolf form here and then misdirect the third space to give some more space. He's not doing that. They potentially feed next turn. But that aristocratic is huge because that is not a fighting vampire. That's painful. I'd feel pain if I was Mettking to know that he could just move someone down there, revealed a weapon, and taken care of that.
Yeah,
That's rough.
it is rough. But again, we're witnessing the resilience of Mettking, right?
Yep.
He's gonna get this situation in hand, come back, and with this game, the hunters just build up strength, right? As long as they keep supplying, they keep building strength, and then they can totally come back from what looks like an unwinnable game. We've seen it time and time again.
Dark Call is back. Hyde is back in action. Looks like Van Helsing's on land. Seward moved in. Now we're having a little meeting of the mines in Munich. They're gonna have
a hunter party.
They're having a Mettking meeting.
Yes, they are.
Meat King.
There you go.
They're having a Meat King in Munich.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Looks like Godalming is getting his tickets in order. Let's see if there's some trades going on. Let's see if he heals tonight. Oh, he's trading to Mina. That means Mina's probably going to scan today to check Germania to see if he went up. And then that'll determine if they go west or whatever direction they go. You might want to check to see if he went the boot. Maybe go to Florence next turn or go to Zurich. 60 makes the most sense. And then you can move 2 hunters there and scan again. Mystic Research, that's pretty good. Then you can supply at night.
Yeah.
Ooh,
good time to play it too.
Only one.
Because there was a chance that the mature was a hoax, like we were saying before, and now we know that it's not. There's not as much danger as that.
We got the classic count is not Germania. Mettking.
I like his stuff. Mettking meet cute with Mina and the men.
There you go. You just gotta have fun, man. We're having a good time here. Hopefully the levels are better. I did change them for you, Snuffleupagus. I turned myself down so we should be equal volume. Although I'm far away from the mic currently. I'm like sitting back, doing the worst possible posture on my couch here, having no support. So
oh no.
Yeah, it's all good. I'm like sinking into my couch. Meanwhile, my computer decided to break again. It's flashing like it's about to die.
If the stream comes to a sudden end, we'll know why.
Oh no, it won't come to an end. It just has to be plugged in at all times, which is too bad. I just bought a battery and had a whole issue. So I had to bring it back during my day off tomorrow. Quote day off.
Well, hopefully we don't have one of the great Iberian blackouts that the Scotsword just went through.
With everything going down in Spain.
Yeah, they lost power for 10, 12 hours today.
Oof.
Snuff is thinking Drac went west toward Spain. I can read.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense because that Seward moved left, so he could have went to Marseille after to give the most options. It was never checked, and it's now. I think it's on the trail, so it'll be the 4th one. Because
Josh Davis, he seems like an East boy to me.
Well, there's no way to get east, Josh, because he'd have to go through Munich to get there.
He could be taking the long way around. You don't know, Strider.
Oh, he's rumoring. That's the game right there on the second space.
That's the power of an early 7-point mature, is that the next rumor threatens to end the game.
That's right. That's right. It does, and it could be fake, and there could be a hide there. But you know his hand was complete trash, um, like complete trash. So
Well, two aristocratics,
he went
which,
Zurich.
you know,
Okay, he did not. So he wasn't in Germania. So that means he probably went 51 to 14. He could have also gone to 60 to 36. Let's see. I haven't seen any horses. Have you? That wasn't a horseman. That was just regular movement. Um, let's see what.
Yeah, Josh, you figured it out. Dracula's afraid of trains.
Yeah, he's scared of
So
trains.
he can't take that. He can't take that train line.
There should be a Drac event where it says Drac on rails or something. Rail
I
drag.
hope they come up with a more like thematic name. Drac on rails.
That's right. Interesting check to go north. I think Marseille is the safer choice. Player doesn't have the ticketing currently. But now he's trapping him. You know he wasn't Germania. Looks like going to be a scan of whatever that's called, of Italy coming up to see if he went.
Yep.
Geneva. You have to go back to Munich. Not Munich. Milan. He has not wolf formed yet this game, by the way. He's been a very patient Drac. Drac on rails equals Dracula with braces. All right. Drac can only use the red roads, not the rails. Thank you, Snuff. Snuff is a very friendly player. There's one time where he thought I was a newbie because I came in with the name Clifford the Big Red Dog. Or Clifford the Dog, and he thought I was a new player. Just because I was referencing a player in the community that came in before. So, but he was very friendly. We have a very friendly community. That's 4. Not Italia, which implies probably went to either... You have to go to 24 or 51. 36, these are the options. Could you have gone back to Milan by now? I don't know. That would be playing with fire and playing with death. So,
well, not right now because they just scanned.
Right. I'm just saying, like, oh yeah, they just scanned. Never mind. It can't be Milan.
Yeah. No. But he could have moved into Germania after they did the Germania scan.
Could have. That's what I would do.
Mm-hmm.
You got to play.
That's the danger. That's the danger of the roving psychic bond.
Yeah, because then you can see what they're doing. Glad you guys are here. Thank you for joining us tonight, making this a fun time. For us, it's 8:03 p.m. So this is prime time. This is prime time content. You can watch primetime TV, or you can watch the greatest game ever, Fury of Dracula on YouTube at the comfort of your computer, with 2 great streamers. Okay.
I mean, why would anyone make any other choice? I don't understand.
I don't get it either. This is clearly the choice to make.
There's 4 people with us, 2 people with us besides us 2.
Yeah.
Who know what they're talking about? Who know what they're doing?
Yeah, this is clear. This is like the high tier gaming. It could have been Strasbourg. It could be in Brussels. He could be around Van Helsing now, which could be bad for Van Helsing. Let's say Van Helsing moves on him, and let's say it's like a vampire.
And he's got that matured bodyguards.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So you do 4 damage to him because that's your typical combat. That's your max you can get with a vampire if you just do the dodge punch combo. Yeah, dodge escape combo. You're gonna get 4 damage. Then you get 2 from the vampire or from the whatever they're called. The
bodyguards.
Yep, and then you die. Soil. It's gonna give Drax some more events into his crap hand that he had before, so he can cycle some of the garbage out, aka the saboteurs. We can see if he has a heavenly host, which I would definitely reveal it because I don't want Drac healing up.
Oh, Strider! Breaking news! This is very big. Snuff is streaming this to his TV. That means we're on TV right now.
We've made it. This is where I want it to be. After 40 years of life, this is my moment. There he is.
We've made it to the medium screen.
We have. It's Snuff's house. This is prime content.
We've done it.
Yep. is
Not only do we have the
Not
most engaging
Strasbourg.
content,
not
board
Strasbourg.
gaming. This is the best in board gaming.
Peak.
We've also taken over the other opportunity, the other primetime television.
Oh, it's Clermont-Ferrand. But imagine if Drac was still there. This could have been death for the old man. Wolves first. You know what a good combo here? Spy Wolves.
Yeah.
Rifle, okay. And that's it. Okay, you're gonna make him search.
Could be one of the aristocratics that we saw.
Could be. Let's see. There are 2 stakes in the discard pile. I saw Van Helsing discarding some earlier. I don't pay attention that much, really, but I do remember that. Not
It's important to check for the stream anyway.
Not Marseille.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
I'm surprised Mina didn't move on with Van Helsing just to do a scan. A scan wouldn't help. It wouldn't help at all. Never mind, because you would say is Gallia. Unless he couldn't have gone to 24 because 24 is where he had to have gone to get to 15 because we know he wasn't in Paris.
That's right.
Which is Paris in French. In case you guys didn't know. We made it in the big time. I haven't read the chat yet in a while.
Oh, that's okay. I gave you the most important information.
The medium screen, yeah, and
yeah, there it is, the aristocratic.
Oh, you're right. Yep. And there goes the stake. And there goes the threat. So now Drac's got to feel a little exposed. Probably feels his cape revealing his backside currently because he's very close to them.
Yep, but he's probably cycling into some of those fighting vampires at this point.
Yep. And,
he matured.
Go ahead.
He matured an aristocratic at the start, and that's another aristocratic, and we know he had the third in his hand, but he did get those 3 desecrated soil draws, and he's making his way through the deck. So there is that, and one of those stakes just got discarded on an aristocrat, so not a complete loss, but it's definitely more heartening when you have a big long trail.
Now, as Van Helsing, you do not want to land on Drac here, so maybe he goes to Marseille with Mina to supply up a little bit, or maybe
and enable a scan.
Yep. Maybe we haven't seen any horses yet. They have 4
No,
events.
we haven't.
They have 4 cards left. Let's see if anything notable is in the discard. 2 holy bullets. There's 3 total. How many pistols are in there? 1, 2. He's got 2 pistols left. There's 1 holy circle hanging around. Garlic wreaths. There's 3 of them. I think that's all of them. I'm missing the action here. He did not ambush.
He just
Geneva.
went to Geneva. Yep.
No ambush. There's a horse. We're moving.
And it's moving fast.
And the Pony Express.
Moving fast.
Yeah, I would definitely
I wonder if
he'll go to 29, I think, or 39.
Wonder if the tickets are set up.
Nope, not 39. So he's definitely going to Spain. Unless he doubled back into Paris, but I think that's not possible. Oh, dangerous. Danger, Will Robinson. Danger. Wolves. Gotta reveal that rifle again.
Yep.
Now he's down to 4. I would not have ambush there. I would make him search it.
I agree.
Because now he's going to be able to heal at night and get up to 5, which is an odd number, which means that...
and you don't...
Yep. Keep pulling the old man.
You don't want them to be able to save their day action, right?
Yep. What do you think is in Geneva? I think it's a saboteur.
Could be. Could also be the last aristocratic.
I don't think it would be
it's more likely. I think it's more likely to be the saboteur. But go ahead.
Yeah, I don't think it's aristocratic because you have the rumor token in Clermont.
You have the rumor right. You have the rumor right behind it. That's why I don't think it's. I think it's more likely the saboteur. But it looks like at this point, Dracula's still throwing down a lot of the garbage that we saw before, quote unquote garbage.
Yep. Horses are still alive. So he might have all the white ones. So I think so now the options from Bordeaux are here's one option.
Is pointing out that this is breaking news. 5 is an odd number.
Yeah, no,
There is actually some relevance to that in the sense that most ways that Dracula has of dealing damage to hunters, like not quite all, but almost all,
Ooh,
are in increments of 2.
it's a
So
spy. The
even
knife
amounts
is
of
gone.
health. Oh, that's a big discard from that spy.
Yep.
But increments of 2 mean that odd numbers are significant because if someone takes say 4 damage, they know they're going to survive with that 5th point of health.
By the way, Drac is in 47. That's not a guess. That's called process of elimination. You don't know
That's
that.
right.
So if you look at the board, 15's on the board, 54 is Mina, and the only way he can get there is through that little red line. That's called.
Look at everything. Look at everything we're learning today, right? We've learned geometry.
Yeah.
No, we haven't learned geometry. We've learned geography. We've
Local
learned
rumors
math.
is horrible, horrible draw.
Oh no.
Helpful. I think you want to supply here as the old man, and then you want to heal at night. Oh, my bad. It's nighttime. I'm surprised he didn't count out loud. Leave my doggos alone.
That's right.
He's the one who let him out. He let the dogs out. If he was not leaving the doggos alone, he wouldn't search it. Yeah, 5 is an odd number because everything that Drac does is in even numbers, 2s and 4s. I don't think he can do 3 ever. The most he can do is
he can with a mob,
right,
depending on what the hunters do.
Yeah, accurate.
Yeah, it's pretty rare.
Oh, I just got a thing on my phone. It must have heard you. Spain and Portugal hit by huge power outages. It shows people walking in a tunnel. Spain and Portugal have been hit by massive power outages, leaving whole cities without electricity and the internet. Parts of France also appear to be affected.
Scotsword was saying that there appears to have been some issue with the interconnection between France and the Iberian power grid.
That's a sad day.
Yep.
I'd be sad without internet.
Me too, man.
All right, let's see. Let's see what's going on. Drac is going to have to go to sea at some point, which is going to be dangerous. Mettking is early jumper. He's an early jumper, so if he sees the potential to jump all his hunters there and kill you, he will. The danger for Mettking is we don't know if he has a fog, and there's no way for it to check. We don't know where they are. The good news for Mettking is that Hyde is on the trail. So here he can go to 48, 34, or 31. He can also feed if he wants to be a fool.
Just open scorn for the option of feeding. I love it.
You could go to 48, which would also be dangerous. Because I'd want to walk to the Med if I was Skybreaker, because the South Atlantic you have to go at least one more. The Mediterranean you can just go on, and then you have 17 locations you could wolf from there.
Yep.
I could be wrong in that number. I'm just making it up.
Makes Madrid tempting as well for a similar reason.
Josh Davis, when I sat down, the earthquake went across the Atlantic and knocked out the power. That's some power. I've been trying to avoid having my earthquake sit downs. I've been biking lately, a little bit, so hopefully that'll help. Also, I should change my diet, but it's all good. We're not talking about me here. We're talking about Mettking and Skybreaker. Right now, Skybreaker has decided to slide the trail with the slide trail option. He's making some thinking.
You know Dracula.
Yep.
He just keeps sliding that trail.
Keeps thinking.
Whole game long.
Slidula. Mina has a horse.
Interesting. Snuffleupagus. Yeah, you're reading it. Go ahead.
Yeah, Snuffleupagus thinks if Mina has a horse, I think I risk going to Saragossa and hoping to get jumped over. Well, the thing is, if it's Saragossa and Mina moves on it, it's the last action, so the most you're going to have is a 1v1. The danger, though, is you don't know Mina's hand, and he could have a heroic leap, or she could have a heroic leap and just leap you. And the combat with Drac is not going to help. However, you could feed, but that would be foolish, because again, you could get hit by Van Helsing. The whole man could join you in that fight.
And potentially everyone could jump on at that point.
Potentially, if you have a sense of emergency, but he's already used one, There's only one left in the deck. There's only 2 of them.
Yep.
Godalming is horsing.
But you can't discount the possibility. Oh, it is not perfect horse economy. That is
a painful horse. That's what we call
slow-moving fast horse.
We just call that a horse at that point.
That's right. It doesn't deserve to be called fast anymore.
It's just a horse.
Have you seen Captain Gyro's breakdown of Scott Sword streams?
Not really.
He took the horse racing scenes from I'm blanking on the name of the show. Classic piece of television, The Sopranos, and put different people's names on it for their participation.
All right, a reckless vampire. All right, who thinks that he's going to mesmerize first round? Anyone? He's either going to mesmerize or fang. Who thinks Seward is going to punch or dodge or escape? I would. This is Skybreaker here. I would punch. I think he's going to mesmerize. Let's see what he does.
We'll have to find out.
Maybe
this thinking.
Yeah.
Maybe this thinking is indicating a bad hand.
Look at that, the classic animation of the Reckless. I'm curious if we inserted all these images into AI, what it would do. Oh, it's a claw. He fooled me. Escape. Sad day.
Yeah, Seward straight out.
Yeah, are we gonna get a comment from Mettking or from Skybreaker about that sad claw? Very sad. No point.
A sad claw.
Yep. You don't want to. Do not move the old man in. Otherwise, it's going to be lights out for Van Klossing. Okay. Weird. He did a day heal.
Yep.
Okay. He must be stocked up and doesn't want to get. He's not stocked up. There he does. Just for you,
okay.
Snuff. Just for you, Snuff. Not 48. So it's either Madrid, and now we can go to 1, which is still dangerous. I would leave that Reckless alone.
Yeah, Josh Davis totally called it.
He said
claws. Yep. Snuff said escape. So he called it too.
Not dodge. Ooh, it's stake. Seward staking the vampire.
There it goes. Is that the last stake?
That is stake number 4. We are out of stakes. However, there are only 3 encounters left, and we can just supply the next one easily.
You want to know how easily it can happen, but it can be resupplied.
It's easier to resupply than supply the first time, because the first time you supply, you have to go through everything, and the next time you go through, you're going to have your hunters are going to already have a lot of stuff in their hands. You're going to just be cycling through trash, except for that knife. Is that a T-bone steak? I don't know. Was that a mistake? But good call though. Ooh, I'm up to 339 subscribers. I'm rolling in subs.
Rocketing up the YouTube viewership table.
Yeah, I gotta put up my sad tournament game of War of the Ring because it needs to come out.
Get ready. You're gonna have to give out your info to YouTube for that plaque.
What plaque?
The plaque that they send you for like 100,000 subscribers or whatever it is.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get a rusty button that has the opposite.
Rusty button.
It's like a broken play button. When you push it, it falls off.
They just pull it off an old VCR.
Yes. Or actually, I want a button that bleeds because I bleed subscribers whenever I do this. Oh, he's going to see.
There you go. Also appropriate for Fury of Dracula.
All right, so we know that has to be Lisbon. Unfortunately, now you've ruined not ruined, but your obfuscation is gone. There's only one encounter. Yeah. I would want to be Mettking in this situation. Now you're just going to supply up a storm, literally. Dracula is hurting. He never got his healing from the Dark Hall. Rufus Smith, don't forget, is in the discard pile. So he could surprisingly return it right now. Drac has to move at least 1 C move. So now you're going to have Drac at 9 HP. He probably has to move 1 more time at least. He's probably going to move Mediterranean Ionian. So now I think this swings into the hunter's favor here.
Absolutely. I was just going to point it out. Dracula's start looked so strong with that incredible double mature from Hidden Schemes. And now we have almost a clear trail in Dracula at sea, and it looks like the hunters are in a strong position. The resiliency of Mettking coming back. Also, Snuffleupagus, I've been quietly dying over here over the give you a stop button.
That's right. A stop or a bell that's broken. A broken bell. No one wants to hear it.
Yeah.
There goes Mina. What do you think it is? Unfortunately, you can't mature. You can't put a rumor down for two reasons.
Let's see.
One, you can't rumor it anyway. Surprising return. Here it is.
There's Rufus.
You know who played?
Perfect.
Let me ask.
Perfect timing.
Who played Surprising Return, Aruk?
Who played Surprising Return?
What's Metking's team's name?
Team Surprising Return?
Ah, there you go. I'm gonna get Rusty Spoon like salad fingers. Thank you. The stop button is also pretty funny. Yeah, the stop button.
Taken after their namesake.
Like the stop button that bleeds. Every time I post a free or Dracula video, I lose subscribers, FYI. Everyone wants my War of the Ring videos where I lose.
Well, that's what you built your channel on.
I did. That's true.
You really did turn to the dark side.
I did. There. Yeah,
yes, Josh Davis. Rufus is the double damage water guy. The first move into the ocean, Dracula takes 2 damage no matter what. Rufus doesn't add to that. But going forward, every move that would normally deal 1 damage does 2. So he doubles all the subsequent moves by sea, which is why the timing on that Surprising Return is perfect for Team Surprising Return.
Yep, and what's also nice here is you have Godalming and Van Helsing stationed at 8 and 36. This is ideal for hunters because they can, if they supply a evil presence, it's going to go off and say equal is you'll find it's like a free money trail for the hunters on the next.
Yeah, it will reveal Dracula's sea space if he gets a local rumors or an evil presence on the relevant hunters.
Local rumors, if either of them draw it, it tells you. Even so, because if it's not adjacent to them, you know it's the other one.
Yep.
All right. So I think, how many night supplies does he have left? Well, thankfully, Mettking has been counting. So there is a 2 night supplies left.
He has 2 left.
I don't count. I do it by feel. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Anything exciting? Thank you, Josh, for joining us. We appreciate you being here.
Absolutely.
Thank you for being a loyal subscriber to the channel. You and Aruk. Aruk is a real life friend. Not that he doesn't have to watch my videos, just so you guys know. But I appreciate that you always comment. But Josh always appears out of nowhere and is there whenever a new video
it's even more
up.
Meaningful because he's not a real life friend.
I don't know who he is.
He's a real fan.
Yeah, his name might not be Josh Davis for all we know.
Might not be.
Could be like Jack.
Man of
Jack
mystery.
Quinn. Yeah, who knows? All right, there's a second C move. Now you want to supply as Drac. You probably want to move 2 more, but then it's just you're just letting the hunter supply at this point. I think it's too early to go to sea as Drac. You want to wait until the end of week 3. Evil presence.
Well, in this situation, there's evil presence.
All right, Mediterranean.
Incredible.
Yep. Timely. Now you can move all the hunters. You can't go north. So now you can start moving Mina and Seward. So Seward's probably can go to 15, but that's a layer. So he's got a B layer of the layer. Ooh, interesting. What if he has an excellent weather?
I wonder.
That's preventing Drac from possibly landing in Kag.
Yeah, just the threat of a potential excellent weather there has to be seriously considered.
Yeah. There goes a pistol. We're going through the deck the second time now. Mina has not searched that. Oh, it is a reckless vampire. Let's see what happens here. She knows she has a knife. All right. Will he play the knife right away? Well, it doesn't matter because it's not going to do any damage. Or it's not going to do any points because this is a search action.
A day search, yeah. Mm-hmm. This is minimally dangerous for the hunters.
Ooh.
Okay, strength's a punch.
Yeah, I don't not like that play. especially considering that you want to keep the vampire at full health now. Now that you know what it is, and the reckless doesn't have a lot of health, only 4, so it's easier to kill the reckless. Now I think as Dracula, you mesmerize. You know it's going to go off. Plots.
He went for the plotting.
Oh,
to the pistol. Nice.
Let's see if it has bullets.
We'll find out. That could be a dead vampire.
Nope, it is not a dead vampire.
It's not a dead vampire. It is an undead vampire.
Good plot. Let's see what it said in the chat. Forgot the good bullets at home. Okay, they're having banter. Again, this is everyone's having fun at this point, and bragging rights for their place on the table.
Mm-hmm.
Do you play knife here? And or do you play fangs as him? Mesmerize to punch?
There's the mesmerize.
There's the knife.
Did manage to catch the knife with the mesmerize.
Looks like Mina's trying to kill this hunter during the day. So as Drac now, you want to keep your Drac alive. I would throw out a fangs here. Because then you're gonna heal 1. You'll heal 2, then lose 1 to a pistol.
Yeah, Mina could dodge though.
I think Mina's gonna run away.
Yeah, or escape.
Yeah, she could dodge. Dodge would be a good move by her. I think dodge is the better move. Fangs, dodge.
You went for the fangs, and it was a dodge.
Yep.
Very nice.
No healing. And you only have 1. You have 1 strength left. Yeah, because as a vamp, you want to have 4 HP. Because now it's scary for Drac. Because you have to play the guessing game.
Mm-hmm.
Of what card is it? All right.
That's right.
Let's see if he mezzes. Strength to escape.
Yeah, mesmerize is sort of the safest there. Pistol, okay.
That's good.
Good for the vampire. Yep.
Now as the vamp, you want to play escape as mist. And as Mina, you want to play knife because you can't get stopped, and it will kill the vampire. Obvious knife play by him. Oh, he's dead.
Oh wow. There it goes.
Why?
That is a dead vampire.
I'm curious why he played that. Maybe he had a crap hand.
It was just what I was going to say. Sometimes the vampire doesn't have the options that you think they do.
Had nothing. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. There, yep.
That's why he plotted early.
It's the crazy thing about the combat is it's very swingy.
But let's see what he could have had. 2 escape as bats, right? You could have 1 plotting. I think he could have clawed there to do some kind of damage. I think that comment, I disagree. I think with that. And if you're watching it back, Skybreaker, you can tell me why. You can comment back and say, Strider, you're wrong. Helpful hired scouts. Too bad you can't scout the ocean and just watch your scouts drown. Apparently, that's the message. Or they where they can't search.
Oh, movement's so constricted.
Mina can heal here. Had nothing. 2. It sounds like it's a count. Sorry, but my voice cracks. It sounds like it's a countdown just for Dracula's death.
It really does. Whenever the hunters do that with Mystic Research, I always feel like it's a countdown to some really dramatic thing, like Dracula losing.
Yeah, it's like those boss games. There's bosses in those games that they do the countdown before the death attack. That's what I feel like. Let's see what Josh.
Fire the dolphins as scouts.
They come back.
Nice one, Josh Davis. I like that idea.
He has to go to Ionian for he does, or he lands here in CAG, or you can be super risky and you could wolf form into Spain, but that's certain death. Because you have to wait for those seas to get off the trail. But it could be risk it. Has its own reward. Then you play Renewed Vigor just to check to see where they are. I think Drac's in a tough spot here. He got early 7, and now it looks like this is a Mettking win.
It's crazy how this game can swing. But it's not impossible that Drac could find a way to obfuscate his location long enough to put himself back into a stronger position.
Mm-hmm.
We saw you do that in a recent game, Strider.
Really? I wonder how that game went.
albeit not from this particular situation.
Yeah, that's the danger of sea. Sea travel is bad because that you give the hunters time to just supply up. I think
Yeah.
a lot of players, a lot of Dracs are tempted to go to the ocean because they feel safe, but then you give them time to just mop the trail up, and then be in prime positions. Because look at them all. Look how menacing they are. Look at those figures.
Yeah.
You gotta wonder where their arms are.
Well, I mean, we're looking at their heroic busts, right? Like from the Roman Empire.
Oh, I didn't think of it like
They've been
that.
preserved
So they just brought their mummies chasing Drac around.
in memory from times. Well, that's why they can't die. If they die in combat, they just show up at a hospital.
Yep. Now Drac has to remember.
Is it worthwhile to go to the castle to heal? That's a good question, Josh Davis.
Take a long time
The
to
castle,
get there.
yeah, it's going to take a long time, and it's a little bit of a telegraphed move. Whenever Dracula gets a little bit low on health, it starts to be, okay, maybe Drac's going to go to the castle. And so it can be dangerous just trying to go there.
Because the hunters can move faster than you at that point, because they move at 2 to 1. Dracula
Right,
landed.
with their fast horses.
That's dangerous. You know it's CAG.
We'll see if the hunters can make good on their threat.
I want to see excellent weather right now. He's probably hiding in a fog.
Oh, Josh Davis has another explanation rather than the heroic bust. It's cold. The power's out. Their hands are in their pockets.
It could be that. That's right, because they're in Spain.
Clutched tight to their weapons. They're just like shivering out there.
That's right. They're like the Secret Service guys.
My hand feels cold on this gun. I can't pull it out of my coat pocket.
But I thought Stewart was using his horses on the water.
Into the water.
He's checking one.
Ooh.
Okay, CAG.
Yep. Interesting to make that check there with Seward. Also, it looks like they didn't have the excellent weather.
Did not. But they could now. Maybe Van Helsing has it. Mina, I would have taken a train to visit Seward and heal.
If Van Helsing has it, I don't know what Godalming's doing.
Well, the good news here is, at least for him, is that you can hide now in CAG where you couldn't hide if they got a hired scouts, because then he would reveal.
Right.
So he could play.
You could play the hide card, but it wouldn't do anything for you.
Yep.
I don't think we've seen a horse die, Josh Davis.
I would love to see a double damaging encounter or a double spy. I'm trying to think what I want. I want Seward. I want Godalming to be stuck there on Drac Island. And then
there's only 4 Drac events left. Would you like a fog?
The fog still be in the deck. My last game, it was in the deck all game.
Yeah, you never know.
You can play hide then feed.
I feel like it's a bit of a waste of the power of a fog to have it there, but maybe not. Maybe this is a reasonable point to play it.
Van Helsing is trading with Mina. I wonder what that is.
Josh Davis wants a double rainbow all the way across the sky.
I would hide here if I was Drac, because you need some reprieve.
Well, that is a good point, Snuffleupagus. It's hard to predict whether or not to ambush Lord Godalming because of the potential of excellent weather.
Yep.
And Hunters, I was talking about Dracula's event deck. The Hunter event deck, 39 events left. That's pretty deep into the Hunter events.
Yep, he's been supplying at a good pace now after the beginning.
Not quite halfway, but yeah.
For those,
but in the 30s, in the 30s is pretty decent.
All right, is layering. Get some. Let's see what layer get rid of. Get rid of Geneva and put up Bordeaux. Bordeaux is a layer. All right, I would hide. Can you imagine if it's a double fog?
That would be crazy.
And then you wait for the hunters to come, and then you trap everyone in CAG and have like a four fog, and they're all stuck for like 4 turns. Then you just leave behind and just laugh in the distance and go, ha 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 ha. Then that's what I
I
would.
mean, that's something of a dream scenario, but that would be amazing.
Everyone lands on 13.
The dread kicks in about a week, Josh. If by dread you mean the fury counter, where
Yeah.
Dracula just gets points by moving.
That's right. He gets furious because the game's taking too long.
Yep.
I'm surprised he did Night Supply just to reveal the just to see if you can get a hired scouts or even a new ally to search, just so you can turn Cagliari around. Track, I would hide. I know there's a risk of excellent weather, but go big.
Yeah, I wonder if this is one of those moments that Pizza Wizard and Viscacek have talked about where how are you going to win the game if you don't take a risk here? Right?
You have to
there's
play
the there's the slow loss of continuing to run away and eventually having the hunters corner you in another bad situation. And there's the potential big win if you can pull off your dream scenario, Strider.
Dark Call.
Oh, that's what he meant by tempting. He went for the Dark Call for the Drac event on top.
Okay, now I think he's dead.
It's another big risk play. We don't know what he got. That could be the card that turns the game back around.
It could be Summon Storms.
Boy, that'd be funny if it was Summon Storms.
I would play it. I mean, oh, okay. Here we go. I predict. No Renewed Vigor. Guess it's not needed.
You didn't even have time to finish your prediction to be wrong.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say.
Yep.
Now Drac is just hurting himself at this point.
There it is.
Yes, that forewarned.
What's the encounter?
Now all you gotta do is forewarn
it. It was a fog. No forewarned. Wow.
Could have been like, imagine if it was Heroic Leap forewarned, the game's over. Just so you guys know.
Wow.
Because then he's down to 2.
Big risk. What do you do in this situation as Dracula?
You laugh.
Well, after you finish laughing.
You feed.
Yeah, definitely feed.
Because otherwise you can CG him to death as he's trying to land. That's what I did against Randiv in our game that lasted a few hours. Is I moved east to Ionian. He moved east to Ionian, and then I blocked him off.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, Josh Davis, you might get your rainbow. The tokens even sort of look like a rainbow if you ignore the fact that they're white for fog.
Yeah. I wonder what that... We don't know what that track event is. It's probably,
no, we don't.
It's probably crap.
Most likely. But we don't know. Was there a prompt when it came up? It could be one of the scary ones.
Darkness Returns.
I don't remember seeing a prompt, so it could just be a Darkness Returns or a Unearthly Swiftness.
Feed. Imagine if he fed already. Then he could leave, and he could get ahead of Godalming by 2.
He wouldn't have a Dracula event, though, would he?
No, he would not. But he's going to suffer 4 more damage as he walks. So you got to add 3, subtract 4. He's probably going to wolf form to Sophia. So all the hunters should be moving to Sophia now.
Maybe. Definitely more towards the center of the map, I think.
He also moved to Teridian and then wolf form from there into Bari. And hang out
also
there.
Possible.
Or fake wolf form. And fake wolf form to 45.
Yeah, a lot of options as Dracula here.
But then you're going to be screwed when you land. You could be. But once you land, if you land in Valona, is that 55? If you land in Valona, then they could consecrate ground you, towards Athens, and then it's going to make you take more damage later. So who knows? Okay, anyway, let's see what Drac does. I think
let's find out.
Feed.
He could feed. He could go for the time, start moving again, with Godalming still tied up in the fog.
Yep.
I think feed, like you're saying, is is sort of the obvious choice, but I don't know.
Cycle his cards. He has both fogs in hand, by the way. It's guaranteed that he has.
The other one, yeah, he's. We know he has the other one, and Behind the Veil has already come out. So
Yeah, unfortunately for him, because he dark called, he doesn't get that fog back that he displayed. If he had fed instead, and then dark called later, which he could have done tonight theoretically, um, he could have so he could have pulled the both fogs back because now you got to go through 9 plus 13 more events before you get your other fog back. He's got one in hand guaranteed though. We know that. No forewarned on Godalming though. So it could have been a bluff anyway. He's probably thinking right now he's debating if he feeds or not. Feed makes the most sense.
Oh, he's going for the tempo. He's going for the time.
Painful. It's a mistake.
Well, we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah,
you're better. You're way better at the game than me, Strider. So I'm inclined to trust your judgment. But we'll see how it plays out.
Right now, I just feel the pain, though.
Yeah.
The horses are off.
The pain of the sea.
Someone wants to play a league game with me for Fury Dracula. Not happening right now. Price G. Sorry. Van Helsing has
very bold play around the potential of an excellent weather there, and a forewarned on Godalming. That fog worked out well.
Even though he rolled a 2, he only went 1. I would have considered Venice there. Helpful.
Hired scouts. Oh no.
How many hired scouts is that? That's at least 3 or that's 4, I think. 1, 2, 3. Is that 4?
2. I'm only seeing 3.
I'm seeing 3. He's got 1 more left.
Yep.
Godalming is out. For nothing scoots.
Yeah.
Let's check. I haven't checked the chat in a while. Let's see.
Godalming is free.
Yeah, Iron Lane has to be the play. The danger now is you're a heroic leap from death.
Right. Yeah, Drax HP is at a critical number right now.
Yeah.
Hunters want to stay on odd numbers, and Dracula wants to stay above 5.
Yep. And now you do as I think you CG 3 and 46 and make him go down to 1. If he goes 1 more. And then you put the token down in where would you put the token? In 55?
55 would make sense.
Why is he
interesting? To remove Rufus? Wow. When CG hasn't been revealed yet.
I agree with that.
Interesting.
Now we can safely move a few more times.
It's true. Additional C moves are going to be a lot less deadly now.
Yep. And Geo didn't do this in his game that he played against Pizza Wizard. Because he had Devilish Power. And he started in the Black Sea and went all the way around the board. Went a Black Sea, Ionian, Tyrrhenian, Mediterranean. And then he was down to... He took 2, 4, 6, 8 damage. And he could have taken 2, 3, 4, 5 damage with math skills there. All right, so he's going to...
Got to reinforce these math skills, right? We've been learning all sorts of things today.
Yep.
This very educational Fury of Dracula stream.
Oh, it saved 1 HP. He has to land here. If he doesn't land here, he could draw into CG. And then he dies at sea. Because if you play a Money Trail in combination with it, then you have a dead Drac. Slow horse for Seward.
Yep.
And Helsing a fast horse.
I'm sort of inclined to agree with Snuff. It'll only save him 1 to 2 HP. I would have held on to that Devilish Power, but I mean, I barely ever play the game, so what do I know?
He would have gone to Bari.
Snuff would have gone to Bari, yeah. I think that makes sense.
Yeah, it's a very C game.
Ooh, Chartered Carriage makes Mina relevant again.
Yeah.
And that could turn on a Psychic Scan, depending on where she goes.
Let's see.
or hypnosis, more relevantly.
Well, she could land on Mr. Seward's, right?
Yep, that's what I was saying. Yeah.
Yep, there she goes. What is she holding on to? Because she just played Chartered Carriage. What's next in her hand? What is she
Oh, I
revealing?
missed it.
Another Chartered Carriage.
She's revealing another chartered carriage. Wow.
Okay, and Godalming is just gonna follow Drac, I think. Good Ionian next.
Yep. So Dracula has to be in the Ionian right now. Do you move one more sea to split Adriatic and Black Sea, or is that a trap?
The countdown is over, by the way. That's...
Oh, you mean for Mystic Research? I was like, it's not the final week yet.
It's got one more.
Okay.
It's about to be the final week. The danger here for Mettking is he only has to move twice in the final week. The bad thing for Dracula is that that's a lot of days.
Yeah. And we might see a vampire. Like the hunters are getting pretty far. Oh, he went straight wolf form. I think that's probably right.
Yeah, well, now
because the threat of CG is really high around the Adriatic and the Black Sea. I think I was watching a game relatively recently where Viscocic sort of engineered no matter what win based off of is it going to be Adriatic or Black. But to be fair, there were hunters further east in that scenario, but it's still dangerous.
Okay. Now, Godalming has to land, and then he can start moving. Seward is on the move.
No kidding.
Let's see. Okay, 59.
Yeah, come to these streams for all your favorite tautologies.
Slow horse for the old man. I would move on to Van Helsing so he can trade. Is Mina going to carriage in? If I were Mina, I'd move to 57. Never mind. If I moved to 57, then I would chart a carriage tomorrow. It's Harker. That's a great draw. Then you search 50. Yep, that's
bingo.
Now you play CG, and then you force him.
We're gonna find out.
You force him to go to 49 or 6 or 55.
We're gonna find out if he has it. It's not guaranteed. It could be in the final third of the deck there, final half of the deck.
Yep. Can't hide. If I were Drac, I would move to 49 next, and then let them move off with you.
Yeah, it's very likely that they would not expect you to go there and move right past.
Yep. Because the obvious move is 10.
Yep.
Or 6 even, because they both get you equidistant to the castle, which is where you think he wants to go.
Right.
Makes the most sense, but now all your hunters are ready to pounce.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Snuff is talking more about the I'm reading this. Double fog of the way. Are there removed from the game cards, or is it all discard? Oh, there it is, CG.
He does have it. Here we go.
That'll eliminate all his options.
Yeah, it will.
I would have put let's see. Probably going to put one in Bucharest. Probably one in 56.
Yep. Not letting him get to the coast there.
Yep.
Get further away. There they are.
Probably the coastal towns you want to do. Probably 55.
Oh, I would do 55. Classic. I totally missed who's been revealing. I saw that Mina revealed the last one.
Yeah, but she hasn't picked yet.
Right. Did you see who the other two were?
I have no idea. Drac, I would move to...
We complement each other so well.
I have no idea. I'm not watching. What game? Is there a game going on? Is he called GG yet? Should have held it for a bit longer. What?
The CG.
Why would he hold it for a bit longer?
I don't know. I don't know what Metking's thinking. This is already pretty devastating.
It's the right play. I think as Drac, you move to 46 now. No, you don't. You don't move to 46. Because I was going to say, then you can at least put a fog down for for
Godalming, who you can trap.
yeah, and then you can feed and then maybe fight him, but he probably has a heroic leap.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it's a tough situation.
Yeah,
for sure.
his options are limited. He's only got 3 options now. Doesn't have all the options. Maybe
Indeed, no.
Move to 49, but then you're really trapping yourself. Then you can move tomorrow to 6, 53, or 59. I think as hunters here, you move to 53 with one of them, and you play the waiting game with Drac.
So Josh Davis, you can't wolf form through any either consecrated ground, the token itself, or the heavenly host tokens that are placed on the board. And the other reason he wouldn't be able to dark call, even if it weren't for those tokens, is he already played it on the trail. He has to wait for it to slide back off again.
He's checking 55. Not there. So 49 or 6. 49 was my guess. That's where I would have gone anyway.
Yep.
There it is.
And there it is.
Let's see if there's a GG.
Was it the fog? It's the fog. Is this the forewarned? No.
Nope.
Interesting.
Well, now he's got 3 options on where to move next.
Yep.
And I would the fog's going to be
sort of the upside of how that's played out, I suppose, because if he had done what we were thinking before, and I think Snuff was on a similar page with the guaranteed fog in 46 there, he wouldn't have as many options for where to go.
Yep. Where do you go next from here?
But this doesn't give him the opportunity to feed. He has to keep moving.
Yeah, he's got to go to 53 next. Mina, we know, has a chartered carriage, but she can't carriage anywhere from there. Just carriage backwards. Oh, let's see what he's saying. Uh-oh.
No interface for Lord Godalming.
Leave and come back.
This is not when you want to see a bug.
Yep.
Josh Davis is asking if Dark Call is Wolf Form. No, Dark Call is its own power card. Wolf Form is hidden right now because it's on the location Sophia. So you see how there's a little red card underneath and then it says +1? It's showing the red card, which is the power card Wolf Form, and then underneath it there's a +1 to indicate there's an encounter underneath the Wolf Form. Yep. So Sophia, the location, has to slide off the trail before Wolf Form becomes an option again.
It's like he's deciding to fight.
That's what he says.
Why would he fight with the fog?
Oh, that's why Godalming has no interface. I'm just catching on here, sorry.
Oh wait, I'm getting a waiting to see to prevent the combat.
Okay. Oh, I forgot about the bodyguards. So he's going to take his risks beating up on Van Helsing.
He's got a rifle. Ooh,
and a lucky find.
Ouch.
Now, if one of us had been paying attention, we'd know if Van Helsing had a heavenly host.
Yeah, it's Van Helsing. That's what you play here, by the way. Because the horse is gone. He's done with it.
The horse is gone. He's calling this is the end of the game.
He's throwing out the horse. The horse is dead.
Dracula only has 3 HP. Yep.
In this fight,
we have Rufus in play, not Aggie, so Drac does benefit from heal. Could be trying to get an escapist bat in without dying. That would be very difficult, but not impossible.
Yeah, I can imagine the battlefield here. You got Dracula, you got Van Helsing, they're on a hill. Then you see like a dead horse that just fell off the cliff on the ground. You're looking up maybe from the corpse.
Yeah, totally fair, Josh Davis. Sorry, Strider.
That's fine. I'm just painting the picture here.
I know. I appreciate you. You're like framing this showdown.
Helsing, I think, plays Heavenly Host here, and I think Drac was probably desperate to heal, but you know he's got the knife, so I think I'd play Strength as Drac.
Showdown in Sarajevo. Yeah, I'd be trying to play the long game here as Dracula, but he's going for the claws. He went for the kill. Oh, into a rifle!
He knew he had a rifle too.
Yeah, he knew he had it. It was just risky play after risky play.
Locked and
Holy
loaded.
bullets for the win!
That's it.
Amazing.
Did you
Well, you can only play so risky, right? Amazing.
We were thinking. I would have strength. We have to get 2 strengths for that to work.
That was a fun one.
That's fun. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for hosting the stream. This was a good time.
It was fun. We just want to have fun. It's what it's about. Thank you for
good
hanging
game,
out with
too.
us.
We got to witness the resiliency of Mettking.
Josh
Skybreaker, the team Dark Horse, will ride out into the night.
You can't do escape as miss or escape as bat until round 4 or 5. Run 4, I think. Josh says they caught them a Dracula's.
Catchphrase.
Yeah. Are you in this tournament? Yeah, I'm number 1 in this tournament with Pizza Wizard.
Helm's Deep Dish.
Yeah, we are winning. 99.
9-9. 9 wins, 9 losses. You remember at the beginning I said they were 7-9?
Nice game. That was fun
Absolutely.
to watch. We had a good time.
We sure did. This is primetime viewing.
It's primetime viewing. We had Snuff here. Snuff, thanks for being here.
Yep, Josh Davis and Snuffleupagus holding things down in the chat.
Yeah, holding.
Everyone who's watching this later, we'll thank you too.
Yeah, thank you for watching.
Anyone who came in at the beginning, it's been fun. I hope you had fun.
Hope so too. Thanks for liking the video too, guys. I appreciate it. I got 2 likes. Yeah, it did save you hard. Yeah, I don't know. The Devilish Power wouldn't have helped at all. I don't think any other time. It's just awful.
Yeah,
it might have helped.
Temptation
Might help there for the CG though, because he could have hid, but you'd know he hid.
Right.
But then he could hide. He could feed at least. Any RV? I'm curious about that. Any RV?
Little airline bag of peanuts in the gallery. Well, quality counts for something, right?
Yep. Yeah, I believe it. Poor Mettking didn't get what he needed, but I mean, I think Drek was at sea too long. That's the issue with that game. Dracula killed himself, and Van Helsing just saw him crawling and just holy bullets him.
Yeah, you saw him crawling up the hill.
Yeah, first.
Yeah, he didn't have any fear. He didn't have any fear of the unnatural, super spider-like movements of Dracula as he came skittering up the hill. He just shot him in the face.
Yeah, after he shot the horse, probably first.
With the holy bullet. Yeah.
You got to a rifle.
Turns one chamber of the gun on the horse and then swings around and blasts Dracula in the face with the holy bullet in the other chamber.
That's right. I don't need you. I think Van Helsing always rolled 2s, I believe. I think Seward was the 1 drawer.
Yeah, that Jonathan Harker was pretty clutch.
It wouldn't have helped. I think feeding was a better option. But getting rid of Brutus is good. Okay, I'm done talking to them. All right, I'm going to close the stream. Thank you guys for watching. Hearing me type is not fun. Thanks for being here, Arukimania. I appreciate your being here. And
thanks for having me on, Strider.
Of course, yeah. And Mettking, congratulations on your win. Skybreaker, congrats on a fun tournament. I hope to see you guys play soon. And see you guys soon. Take care, everyone. See you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.
3 seconds. 1, 2.